Okay, I'm back. Um, yeah, and you know what? Ain't nobody making it out of struggling just like that, bro. You feel what I'm saying? You know, ain't nobody gonna just all of a sudden, yeah, I'm swimming in pussy now. You feel me? Ain't nobody gonna be like, yeah, dog, I'm doing it the most. I went from struggling to not struggling. I'm telling you, bro. Ain't no pickup artist gonna help you. Ain't no God in the sky gonna help you. Jesus Christ ain't gonna help you, bro. You gotta get out there and get that bag. That's the only thing that can help you at this point. That's the only thing that can help him succeed. He would have been out of this situation if he would have fucking went after the bag in the last 8 years that he was on YouTube crying. You know? You feel what I'm saying? It's a highly competitive dating market, even for unattractive women. I noticed that. Even for women who are drug addicts. You know, it's highly competitive for women who are sub 5. It's not that competitive, but it's still competitive. You got other dudes that want them too. You feel what I'm saying? It has never been so competitive in human history. Dating. You feel what I'm saying? It ain't never been this competitive. As long as I've been living, as long as I've been breathing, it ain't never been this competitive at all. You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of guys who are struggling, you know what to do. You got to be on the bag mission, bro. You feel me? You got to get that bag at all costs, man. That's the only way out, really. A lot of guys don't understand that. There's only one way out: success. Make your life a success. That's the only way out. Ain't no, let me go to the gym. I'm 5'4". That's not gonna work. Even if you get swole, he's still gonna be short, bro. Matter of fact, you probably might make it worse. You might being 5'4" and swole, you might make this shit worse. You feel what I'm saying? Then you'll be a buff ass munchkin looking motherfucker. A buff ass munchkin motherfucker. You feel what I'm saying? So quit all the bullshit, man. I keep telling cats, the money is the only way out. There's no other way out. Working out, yeah, that'll add some icing to the cake, but that's not gonna get you a girlfriend, bro. The money gotta be there, bro. You feel me? The bag has gotta be there. You gotta be on the mission to get that money. On the mission to become successful in life, bro. Or you're gonna be there until your dying day, bro. They got motherfuckers right now in China, right now, that's never gonna find a girlfriend or a wife. They gotta live by themselves for the rest of their life, bro, in their village, okay? And all the China villages out there, there's a bunch of dudes who ain't got a girlfriend or a wife, bro. You know what I'm saying? All they do is cope with alcohol and cope with playing video games. That's all they doing. This one guy was like, I haven't had a girlfriend in 6 years. My girlfriend, she ran off with some guy who made a lot of money. You see? The bigger seagull come around and eat the smaller seagulls, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching that shit in China, like, in the past, man. How there's 30 million men in China that won't find a girlfriend or a wife. Damn. Unless they become successful or self-made or something like that, they ain't getting out of that shit, bro. That's a ditch. You're gonna be there for life, man. Look, if I've been struggling to get a girlfriend for the last 8 years, this shit is gonna continue to go through my whole entire life. That's how I look at it, guys. I look at it like this. If I've been struggling to get a woman, and I'm decent looking, I'm not bad looking at all. If I've been struggling to get a woman for the last 8 years, this shit is gonna continue throughout my whole entire life until I get to be old and gray, bro. It's not gonna never change, bro, unless I get out here and I make it change. You feel me? You know, that's how I look at it. So I said, okay, I'm on this bag chase, so that way this won't last until I'm like old and gray. You feel what I'm saying? I'd rather do one more year of this or 2 more years of this than do like a whole entire like lifetime of struggling and not never having a girlfriend or a wife. You feel what I'm saying? You know, and right now I'm bringing my body fat percentage down lower so I can look more attractive. And I'm not really doing all that I can to attract. And I'm not really trying to attract. Right now, I'm trying to attract a fucking ride or die chick. You know what I'm saying? Some female that will still fuck with me even though I'm broke, dusty, don't got a pot to piss in. That's what I'm searching for. A ride or die chick. That's why I'm lowering the body fat percentage. I gotta do that. I gotta be disciplined, or I'm not gonna be able to lower the body fat percentage. I can't drink this every single night. I'm sorry, I can't do that. It just gets in the way of me attracting women, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I want to attract women even though I'm broke, dusty, homeless, or whatever. I still want to attract even though I'm down and out. Anytime, anywhere, any situation, I still want to attract. So having extra body fat on my body, that's not gonna help out at all. You feel what I'm saying? Now females are already taking notice already. I'm losing weight. You know, even some of my friends around here, they were like, Kale, man, you losing weight, bro. You leaning up. You know what I'm saying? You leaning up and shit. I'm like, yeah, because I want a woman. You get tired of the jerking off nights, bro, by yourself. And I did have a lot more success when I was at low percentage body fat, when I was using enhancements. That was the last time I was at low percentage body fat. You know what I'm saying? When I was on trend and I was having some success. But I come to realize that you gotta stay lean your whole entire life. No chunking up. If the alcohol, I gotta cut down on the alcohol, then fine. I'll cut down on the alcohol if that means getting my dick sucked and my balls licked again. You hear what I'm saying? Because at this point, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You got to give up something to get something, man. You can't do both. It's either your alcohol and you by yourself, drinking your alcohol until you puke or until you drunk every single night and keeping that body fat percentage up, or lose the body fat percentage and get a better chance at getting a woman in your life. You feel what I'm saying? You know, so like you can't do two. You can't do both. And alcohol and women at the same time is not gonna work unless you're a superstar or you Chad and Tyrone or some shit, bro. And I miss love. I miss love in my life, man. I ain't had a woman to love in so long. And motherfuckers, they love to see you suffer, man. You know what, bro? I'm not even gonna hold back. Even the motherfuckers, they make videos about me, bro. Like, they can say stuff in the comment section that's fucking stupid. I'm not gonna pay attention, bro. It's probably some female that really don't know what a man's life is all about and shit. You know, women, their life is easier, so I don't pay attention to what they say, bro. You know what I'm saying? Your life is easier. You can find sex a lot easier than we can. So if I'm struggling, so that wouldn't be a surprise because I'm a man. You feel what I'm saying? If a woman is struggling, then I'm surprised. I'm shocked. I'm like, God damn, all the fucking options you got online, all them Chads and Tyrones online, shit. You can't get no dick. You feel me? You feel what I'm saying? So I don't pay attention to them no more, man. Some female came by, I don't know if she was a female or something. But she was like, oh, so that guy who was dating Tiger on the side, he had his shit together. You called him a simp or some shit like that. And she was saying, long live that woman wherever she is or whatever. I guess she was saying, long live Thai girl wherever she is. And I'm like, I never really cared for Thai girl, you stupid dumb piece of shit. You know, I never really cared about her. We did a whole lot of fucking. And I did a whole lot of busting nuts inside that coochie. You feel what I'm saying? That was my only outlet for sex. It wasn't no romantic shit popping off. You know what I mean? So some motherfuckers, they love to see you down and out. They love, they praying on your downfall all the time and stuff, and hope you do bad in life instead of congratulating you. Or, I bet once I make it out, a gang of haters gonna come kicking in doors, hating. You feel what I'm saying? I guarantee, bro, once I make it out of the struggle, they gonna kick in like, oh man, he done made it out? Oh yeah, fuck that nigga Hellcat, bro. Fuck that nigga Hellcat, bro. Shit, he'll be back. Watch, he gonna spend all his money and he gonna be very irresponsible with his money, and he'll be right back to ground zero. I'm telling you, man. That's what they be doing, bro. The haters. You know what I'm saying? They come around, they try to put poison into your mind and shit, And then the thing is, you walk around here too, man. You walk around here and you see all the beautiful women, the nice looking women around here, and you can't have none of them. Ain't that a bitch? You got women out here on your looks level, you can't even get with them. Just walking around with a hard dick on, you know what I'm saying? Can't get nothing, can't have nothing. Can't get nothing satisfied. But I can't wait. Yeah. I can't wait till I get my bag up, man. I can't wait. I'm gonna come right back to this area. I'm gonna show motherfuckers, bro. I'm gonna show them the business. They say you're not supposed to do that. Show your success off and shit to all your haters. But I'm gonna do it. Either I'm gonna be gone for like 3 or 4 months and I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna make that trip. I'm gonna come right back over to the spot. Even if I gotta take a plane and get off somewhere, you know what I'm saying, and rent a car, maybe rent like a Lamborghini or something and bring that motherfucker up here, bro. Let them motherfucker see it. Like, yeah, bitch, look at me, bitch. You see me rolling. Just like Tupac said, picture me rolling. You feel what I'm saying? Picture me rolling in my 500 Benz. I got no love for these niggas. Ain't no need for being friends. What's up with the green? Back again. All these haters are waiting for you to crash or crash out stream. Yeah, my crash out stream, that would never be happening to me, man. See, my mind is busy, man. I'm chasing this bag. I ain't got no time to be crashing out. It's when you feel like there's no way out for you and there's no hope for you, so then you crash out. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of cats, they be having meltdowns and breakdowns and crashing out is because they ain't got no goals, man. I got a goal, so that's keeping my mind busy. But when I look at the outside, though, I'm like, oh, it's been a long time since I had a woman and shit, man. Time to start making some changes, man. You feel me? When things stay the same, they'll never change. Like if I don't stop drinking beer every single night, I'll never bring the bifat percentage down low. You feel what I'm saying? So I gotta cut down on it. It don't necessarily means that it don't necessarily mean that I gotta quit drinking. It's a cut down. Spend 2 or 3 nights without drinking and focus on working out. What's up with it? Make the haterades eat make them eat the haterade from the back. What's up with it, Captain Commander? You back? You feel what I'm saying? And I got a lot of stuff stole from me, bro. I've been without a girlfriend for 8 years, and that's a long time. It ain't like 27 years like that one guy, man. He been single for 27 years. Oh man. I could never be that long, baby. You feel what I'm saying? Eventually, I'm gonna get the jackpot, and I'm gonna get the bag and get the woman, man. You know what I'm saying? In the end, bro. You know what I'm saying? I see myself as a warrior. You know what I'm saying? I'm the next Karate Kid, bro. They're gonna make the movie about me. This next time, watch. The next Karate Kid is gonna be Kale Cat, bro. You know. But this time I'm gonna be doing capoeira in it. You know what I'm saying? This, you feel me? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So nah, man, it's difficult to like get out of this situation that you're in, bro. And the only way out of your situation is up, man. Up. You got to dig yourself out. Short ball guy, he needs to see if their situation don't change, they're gonna be there struggling for the rest of their life. 2 years gonna pass by, he needs to see he gonna still be there, bro. Short ball guy too. They're gonna be in that same situation because they're not working their way out. And like I said, man, time is like passing by quicker than you think, man. We already at the end of the year already, man. Winter is already here, bro. You feel me? So it's like another year gone. We got 2 more months before the end of the year is done over with. We got the holidays coming in, and yeah, you feel me? So, I don't pay attention to what the haters say, bro. Most of them be simps and be women, bro. That's all it is. Simps and women, coming around here talking shit, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, it's like the only way out is through success. And that's the only way out of your situation. Like I said, short ball guy, everybody was like, oh my God, short ball guy, he got a date. He's out now. He's out. He made it. No, he didn't make it, bro. Just because you got a date, it don't mean that this woman's gonna be your girlfriend for the next like 10 years and shit. Even if he did like get this girl to be his girlfriend, she wouldn't stay for very long. She might be his girlfriend for like 3 months and then find another guy that's taller and better looking, and she gonna go with him. You feel what I'm saying? What's up with the Jamie? You feel me? Green back. What's up with the green? You know what I'm saying? So nobody makes it out of their situation without some drastic changes. You know what I'm saying? You pull up in a Bentley, you pull up in a Porsche, you got success going on. That's the only way your success. That's the only way your change, your situation is gonna change. That's the only way. Working out, that's just the icing of the cake, bro. That's not gonna. You're still gonna struggle if you're not tall, man. If you're not Chad or Tyrone, you're still gonna struggle. It seems like those are the guys that, that don't struggle getting women, bro. I witnessed my Arabic Chad friend. He was not struggling getting the coochie, bro. I was. He wasn't. Why? Because he's a Tyrone. He's a Chad. He's an Arabic Chad. He was hitting four women a week, bro. He was having sex with 4 women a week off the dating sites. He said, man, he came up to me one day. He was like, man, bro, because he got that Chad talk too. He was like, yeah, bro, I'm smashing it on them dating sites, son. He didn't say son, but he said bro a lot. I'm smashing it on the dating sites, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. I'm smashing it. I smashed 4 girls this week, bro. Just four of those. We went straight to business. We went straight to the bedroom with no taking them out to dinner, none of that, stuff that we gotta do and shit. You feel me? You know, none of that shit, but he didn't, you know, he didn't have to do none of that. Went straight to the bedroom, bro. And he even smashing average women that with big butts and stuff. So that's where the average women with big butts are going. They're going to Chad. Yvette, she was like a 7 with a big old butt, but she was overweight, man. But she had a big old nice big rump. When he came to me and said, "Yeah, I smashed Yvette," and I was trying to smash it and I didn't get it, I was like, man, this motherfucker got it, and I didn't. This nigga was smashing everything around me, bro. He was even having sex with the people that worked, the females that worked at the bar, bro. Even the female that worked at the front desk or in the front, the security woman, he was smashing her. He showed me threesomes with her, bro. I was like, damn, the life of a fucking Chad. Bruh, these motherfuckers, you wouldn't believe how successful they are with women. I mean, matter of fact, you would believe it, but I'm telling you, when I paint a picture of a Chad or a Tyrone, you will see how successful these men are with women, bro. You feel what I'm saying? You will see how successful these dudes are. I mean, let me get out of here, man. It's kind of sprinkling right now. Is it sprinkling? Okay. You wouldn't believe how successful these guys are. These guys got access to threesomes like nobody's business. We're talking about they got access to like what you see in porn and stuff. They got access to all of that, bro. He was showing me threesomes of the female that worked there, bro. I saw her butt booty naked. And I think he was fucking her with another dude or something. You know, they was taking turns on her, running a train on her and shit, bro. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, 2 Chads, like fucking one chick, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Having a real good sex life, and I'm out here struggling to get one. You feel what I'm saying? I gotta take females out on dates. I gotta get ghosted more often and shit. Bruh, these dudes got access to the type of shit that you would love to have access to. You know, 2 women sucking your dick and shit like that, they got access to that. These Chads and Tyrones, they got access to double blowjobs. Threesomes on the regular, bro. Not like all the time, but like a couple of times a year, they got access to a threesome. Because two women want this man, bro, and they'll share this man in the bedroom. That's how desirable these Chads and these Tyrones are, bro. Bro, he was showing me nude pictures of that female, bro, that worked there, man. I'm like, damn, that you fucking her? And I remember her. She was working at the front desk, right there when I was at the bar, bro. I mean front desk. I mean the front door. I mean, she was working at the door with them, and he ended up fucking that chick with another Chad somewhere. You feel what I'm saying? You know, these dudes got unbelievable luck with women that me and you would only dream to have, bro. He was smashing everything around me. He smashed Yvette. He smashed the chick at the bar at the front door. He was smashing bitches in the club. I remember this short chick that was like, she was basically average looking, man, and he was gonna smash her or something, or I think he did. But when I tried to approach her, because she was average at best, and I was walking over to her to approach her, she looked at me. She was like, "Huh, where's Chad?" That was her, the way she looked at me, bro. And this female was chunky, man. And I think they took her back to the house, and I think he said her pussy stunk or something. And then he didn't want to fuck her, so he took her back home or some shit. You know what I'm saying? He was like, man, her pussy stink. I gotta take her back to her house, man. I don't want to deal with that. And then I guess he tried to pass it to like O'Donnell, the average guy at best. And he was like, man, I didn't smell no coochie stinking, man. I didn't smell nothing. He was like, bro, her coochie stink. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why I wasn't trying to fuck with her. And then that's what he was saying, bro. These dudes, they job mog you, bro. They height mog you. I think he was like 5'10". The Arabic Chad was like 5'10", bro. He make you look like a straight up incel, bro, standing next to him, bro. You feel what I'm saying? He make your looks like you sub 5 when you stand next to him, bro. That's how bad it is, bro. You know? That's how bad it is. You know what I'm saying? That's why I stopped hanging out with him, man. He got too much luck with females. He's going through them online. You know what I'm saying? Just going through them. And you sitting back, you struggling to get one. And you struggling to hang on to one. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference between you and Chad, bro. You as an average man, you're gonna get a few coming at you. Him, he gonna get a gang of women after him, bro. He gonna run through them, and you ain't gonna get nothing. You know, let's say if you had a contest to see who can hit the most women in 1 week, he gonna smoke you just like a motherfucking pack of cools, bro. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If you were a Honda Civic and he was a Ferrari, he would dust you so hard, motherfucker, your doors would come off. he would leave you so quick. You know, he would smoke the doors off your shit, bro. You hear what I'm saying? So no, you cannot compete with the Chads and Tyrones. These guys, they can have sex without having relationships. They got access to sex without relationships. They got access to threesomes. 2 women sucking dick in the bed, and they're pretty too, with nice big asses and titties. Women who are like 7s and 8s, just like that in the bedroom, taking turns sucking his dick, bro. He got access to that, bro. Yes, Chaz and Tyrone got access to that type of stuff. I seen it on porn. There was one guy, he was a Tyrone, and he was dating a Filipina, and I guess he was going around filming his girl, him and his girl sleeping with the other female. You know what I'm saying? I think you guys seen this. I seen him on porn. I think his name was I forgot his name on porn, but he's a tall, lanky Tyrone, like maybe like light skin, kind of like, you know, he's lighter than my complexion, but he always got that Filipina with the nice body and stuff. She's like a 7 in looks, you know what I'm saying? And he always teaming up with another woman to have threesomes on porn, bro. You know what I'm saying? 2 women kissing each other, cause his girl is bi, you know what I'm saying? So I know that one time, I know some of you guys saw that one episode where he was fucking his girl from the front, and there was the other girl was laying on the side of her kissing. They were both tongue kissing each other. He busted the entire nut inside her while they was doing that. I guess that turned him on. I mean, hell, that would turn me on if I seen 2 women kissing, tonguing and shit. That would make me bust a nut just looking at that, especially if I'm inside the girl. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, oh shit, they kissing? Oh shit. Oh man, that's exciting. I can't hold it no more. I'm gonna bust his nut. Oh. Dude, they got access to shit like that. Stuff that me and you fucking would dream about having, bro. Chaz and Tyrones, they can fulfill their bucket list without I'm talking about all the sexual fantasies. They can fulfill that shit without getting money, without becoming rich. They can do all that. You know, just like Kevin Samuels said, when he became successful, he finally got his bucket list out of the way, and he did. I remember in a video with Kevin Samuels, he was like, "Well, I got my bucket list out of the way," you know, and he died soon after that. You feel what I'm saying? You know, that's the way a cookie crumbles, bro. And I struggled throughout my years to get a threesome and stuff. I think I almost made it happen one time. I fucked two sisters, but not at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I fucked two sisters when I was like 22, 23 years old. And I probably could have had a threesome if I would have worked on it a little bit more. My girlfriend wanted to have a threesome before we had broke up. What's up with it, man? She wanted to have a threesome. Let me tell you something. If your woman wants you to have a threesome, do it. Don't be like, I love her, man. I do it with a female that I don't care about. Well, you might not be able to find that in this lifetime. So if you got a female, a woman that's your girlfriend, and she want to do a threesome, do it. You only live once, man. Especially if you struggle to make it happen, and your girl, she want to get down with other women and shit, you know, do it. Make the threesome happen, bro. Go straight to them dyke clubs with the gay women and shit. Go tell your woman to go over there and pick whoever she want to sleep with. Pick them out. You know. Oh yeah, we got to get out of here. It's already 7 o'clock. I want to get to sleep early. I gotta get some water and get some Alka-Seltzer Plus for when I wake up and I'm coughing. And that's it, man. We had our meal, you know, taking a break off from drinking and shit. Yeah, so life sucks, man, when you're a guy that's just average at best. I mean, I'm pretty sure it would suck being below average looking. Oh, I had a taste of that before when I was fat, man. I had a taste of being below average looking. You are invisible to all women when you are below average looking, bro. I experienced that. And you can't even get land whales. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't even get a fat woman, bro. When I was fat, you know. And then when I lost the weight, then all of a sudden I'm getting land whales now, you know, like, fuck out of here, man. You know.
Smart digital tools to personalized help on your home buying journey. We're with you all the way home. Chase, make more of what's yours.
That's good enough.
What's your interaction like with Bruce as you're really going in to become him and really do this portrayal justice?
Yeah,
that's love, boss.
it was a delicate sort of balance. I mean, he was very generous with his time and very honest with me from the beginning, and made himself very available. But I didn't want to. I'd played a real person before, but I'd never played somebody quite as known as Bruce. I mean, there aren't many people in the world that are quite as known as Bruce, and And so I was a little bit torn in the beginning where I was like, I want to spend time with him and I want to learn as much as I can, but I also want to tell this story in the way that I understand it and bring myself. I think in the beginning, permission, and to give Scott permission, which was very important because I think if we didn't have that permission and if we didn't have his blessing, I think I would have been too fragile. I think I would have like shattered under the pressure, but I had his support the whole time, and that was very, very important. I couldn't have done it without his guidance.
You mentioned that pressure. When you're talking about someone who's perhaps one of the most beloved musicians of our time, and Bruce certainly has some die-hard fans.
Absolutely.
What kind of pressure did you feel to do him justice?
I mean, so much. I still feel it. The movie's over, and I'm still considering all of these things. And, you know, I think I'm lucky that we're telling this story about a specific period of time. You know, I had some trepidation going into it because I just know how beloved he is, how much he means to so many, and I didn't want to relationships, and I didn't want to disappoint these people. So I had a lot of anxiety around that. And then I think
have a good night, man.
This is useless for me. This isn't going to help me do the job well. And I remember a very particular moment as I was the majority of the album Nebraska, and Bruce listened, and he called me and he said, "You sound a lot like me. You don't sound. You're making the song your own, and I want the process of making this movie to feel like you're making the song your own."
You said something that surprised me, that you're still feeling kind of nerves and anxious even though the movie's over.
Yeah.
But even now that you've heard, there's even buzz that, hey, come award season, Jeremy Allen White is going to be in that number. That doesn't calm you at all?
No, because for me, like, I think making movies or shows, and even more specifically when you're telling a story about someone, you know, that's the thing. Whatever comes next is like, you know, I like to say I'm not in the results business, you know. It's like whatever happens with these things, you know, the process of making something, that's where I get the joy.
Stealing a line from the movie, when you, as Bruce, are talking to John, and you say, I'm just trying to find the real in all the noise. How did you go about achieving that, finding the real in all the noise?
In the beginning, like I said, you know, I was so focused on sounding like Bruce, looking like through all these things, the opinions of Bruce's fans, which are all valid, and those relationships are rich, and he's adored. But I think at a certain point I had to stop looking. I had to figure out what was honest to me, what makes sense to me. We've seen Bruce Springsteen on stage, and we've seen him interviewed, and he's spoken a lot, and he's written a book. But what does this man look like, you know, alone?
Have a good day.
In a quiet room? And that was my focus.
I mean, good night. Good night. See, I came to the realization that the only way that I can really compete with the Chads and Tyrones, I gotta have a lot of money. That's the reality of it, man, because you can't compete with them being broke, man. You know, that's not the reality right there. I mean, it's like you have to have the bag. That's the only way you can compete with these dudes. Look at Tyrese. He dating women that Tyrone will be interested in. You feel what I'm saying? So without his money, Tyrese, he wouldn't be able to compete with Chad and Tyrone. Okay? The only way you compete with these guys is through money and status, bro. That's the only way. And you must work hard to get it. They don't have to work hard. You know, I'm jealous of the Chads and Tyrones. You feel me? You know, they don't have to work hard and go out there and become millionaires. We do. Average and below average women, what am I saying? Average and below average men gotta go out and become successful in order to compete with the Chads and Tyrones. And we want them type of women, bro. The women that the Chads and Tyrones be dating, the Stacys, we want women, but they don't want us, bro. We're too average at best looking. Out here, there's Chads and Tyrones everywhere to compete with. So no, you'll never ever see these women in your lifetime unless you get some bread. Trust me, bro. Been out here for 45 years, bro. Not even a sniff. You feel me? Not even a sniff. Not even close. Not even close. Not even a dance or a touch. You know what I'm saying? You can't even get these females to dance with you. You feel what I'm saying? These females, they walk around like princesses and shit, bro. They all checking for Chad. That's it. All they want is Chad and Tyrone. That's all they checking for. They're not checking for you. If that was the case, bro, I would have been had a Stace or a female that was very pretty like a long time ago. I would have been had a Keisha or a Stacy or a Chung Lee long time ago. It would happen. It would happen in my 20s matter of fact. Matter of fact, shit would have happened in my 20s, but it didn't. My 20s went and gone, and now my looks are on the downhill, man. You know what I'm saying? So I realized, like, goddamn, I'm gonna spend another 40 years out here wishing that I had these top tier women. You feel what I'm saying? If I don't get out there and get that money, if I don't get out there and get that bag, bro. You feel me? So it's enough with all the dreaming and shit, man. Time to keep chasing the bag until we get it, man. You know what I'm saying? And then watch out, Chad and Tyrone. You know, once I get the bag, I'm gonna be taking your bitch. I'm gonna be fucking your bitch. You know? You feel what I'm saying? So that's reality. And we gotta deal with it. It sucks, but you know, it's reality for you. Is that you're just average at best. And looks. And you're getting old, and you're about to be 50. You 50 in 5 years, man. Well, I ain't about to be 50, but I'll be 50 in 5 years. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So, anyway, man, I just got to the spot. I'm lonely tonight. Last night I cried. Watching I was drunk watching Titanic and shit. And I was like, man, I ain't felt love like in a long time, man, because, you know, watching the Titanic, it made me miss love, man. Because I used to be in love with my ex-girlfriend, man. I love that woman, bro. You know, it hurt to part from her the first time I went to Kansas City, Missouri to stay with my dad. It hurt, you know. I never would, I mean, shit. I never would forget that part where me and my ex-girlfriend, we was at the, we was at the gas station. What am I saying? Let me get my juice, man. Me and my ex-girlfriend, we was at the bus station because I was going, get some support from him. I was doing music, and we was at the bus station, and I never will forget the look in her eyes when we were boarding. When I was boarding my bus, when my bus came, and I left her, you know that look from Rose, the way she looked at Leonardo DiCaprio, when he grabbed her by the face or whatever, or grabbed her, touched her face and looked at her, and she looked at him deep in his eyes, like she was very hurt. You know what I'm saying? That's how my girlfriend looked at me when I was getting on the bus going to Kansas City, Missouri. She looked at me, and that kind of brought some memories back. You know, with me and my girlfriend, man. You know what I'm saying? How she looked at me, that's how Rose looked at Leonardo DiCaprio, bro. And that kind of reminded me, like, man, I miss love. So I started crying because it brought a lot of memories of what love was about, man. You know, we don't, unfortunately, because of the internet, nobody's really falling in love no more. There's a bunch of hookup culture shit going on. You know what I'm saying? But before the internet popped off, motherfuckers used to fall in love with each other. You know what I'm saying? We used to feel, we'd be deeply in love with each other. You know what I'm saying? But me and my ex-girlfriend, we was in love, bro. Just like Rose and Jack. You know, Leonardo DiCaprio. We was in love with each other. You know, but I miss that part of life, man. You know what I'm saying? I miss that shit. And I'm wondering if I'm gonna ever feel that again. Would I ever fall in love with another female again? Because it's been years since I fell in love with a female, man. Especially if she's young, you know what I'm saying? You know, I think unless I get the bag and got things going for myself, I'll never experience that real love ever again. I don't think I will, man. Unless I hire my money and go look for a female, you know, and just go out there with just my looks at low percentage body fat. You feel me? You know. That's why you gotta get the bag, man. That's the only thing that can save you out of this situation, bro. Like, that's the only thing that can save you. Nothing else. Nothing else can save you. Anyway, I'm about to end this live, man. I'm already, ooh, shit. I'm at 80% on my phone. I like to keep 80% because I like to look at, you know. Do you think love makes a man weak? Yeah, your defenses are all down, man. You know what I'm saying? Your defenses are down. Yeah, it makes you weaken. Yeah, it makes you weak in the knees, man. You feel me? You know, but sometimes it's good to be vulnerable, man, especially if she is, you know what I'm saying? If you're both vulnerable together, then it's okay. You know, if you falling in love and she ain't falling in love, then it's not good. That's not a good thing. It becomes a one-sided thing, you know. But I haven't had that in so long, man. I haven't had a love in so long. I'm kind of desperate for it, man. Really, that's why I've been like leaving the alcohol alone so much. That's why I'm cutting down on the alcohol, and you know, that's the reason why I'm doing it. Because I kind of want love in my life again. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. Leaving the alcohol alone, exercising more, you know, maybe every now and then have a beer or 2 or 3. You know, maybe like twice a week I'll do that. You know what I'm saying? The other days of the week I'll just work out, bring the body fat percentage down lower and see what happens, you know? Let's see what happens when I bring the body fat percentage low. But you guys have a good day, man. My battery is at 80%. I gotta go. Now it's at 79%. You guys have a good night. I'm out, man. Peace.